Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Daily Fantasy Digest Podcast, the all-inclusive podcast where we talk all things fantasy sports to help give you an edge. I am your host, Joe Bewer, and I'm going to be breaking down this 15-game Tuesday main slate starting at 6:05 on July 2nd. Want to do a quick recap of last night, July 1st. It was a small slate on a Monday. Went quite rough for just about everybody. Logan Allen was chalk in cash games and GPPs, pretty much 60 to 70% owned. Got absolutely smoked in 2 innings. I had Alzolay on the Cubs in my video yesterday, who'd pitched pretty well and was a pivot for a lot of people, and it was actually in the 30 to 40% owned range in a lot of contests. Got absolutely shelled for 6 runs in 2 innings. So some people got that one right. I ended up getting that one wrong and played both of them. The bats did come through, though, for the most part. We mentioned the Cubs yesterday as part of the stack. Javi Baez was mentioned in that, did hit a homer. And then had dinger of the day call Christian Yelich go yard in the 9th inning, I believe, to at least give us that. But before I go any further, just want to go ahead and give my condolences. Rip Tyler Skaggs. Did pass away. Just terrible. Great pitcher in this league. So I want to just, get that out of the way and, say rest in peace to Skaggs, and my condolences out to his family and any friends and any fans. But I want to move forward with this video on today's main slate. It's a massive main slate with 6 players above 10K for pitching. So really want to prioritize a few pitchers here and get into this breakdown and really dive in, get this to you guys quick, and hopefully bounce back after that today. We are very transparent on this channel. I will not sit here and act like I know everything, nor will I act like I'm always right. Yesterday, although it went bad for everybody, it went particularly bad for me, so I'd like to bounce back tonight with a great breakdown, just like we had all of last week and the week before. So, pitchers for tonight's main slate. There's a lot of pitchers that I'm interested in. I'm particularly interested in Matt Boyd and or Patrick Corbin. For me, I prefer Patrick Corbin over Matt Boyd. I think it's an incredible matchup going up against Chicago White Sox here, but I prefer Corbin at home. He pitched in Marlins Park last game against Miami, threw up 9 Ks for 33 Draftkings points. His price only rose $500, so I think this is a great spot for him. Boyd, on the other hand, he's away in a hitter-friendly ballpark with some potential weather issues, so I really want to avoid that at all costs. I really just want to go ahead with Patrick Corbin here as my SP1. Now, if you're looking for a higher-priced SP2, I'm going to dig down deep in the well tomorrow, and as I think a lot of people are, in a pretty good matchup. I think David Price is in a good matchup here against Toronto. The only thing that scares me is that Toronto's been hitting really well lately, and I really, it scares me going into Fenway, which is another hitter-friendly ballpark that I don't really want to roster David Price, so that is kind of scaring me off. Somebody I do want to roster, though, is going to be Matt Strahm, who's had his ups and downs, but mostly ups for the most of the year. In the 20s, more than 4 or 5 times. Only 1 negative performance, usually in the 15s or above. But he's getting a great matchup here against a terrible offense in San Francisco Giants. So I really want to take advantage of Strahm at home here, and I think he can put up at least 15 to 20 fantasy points and get you the edge that you need. Now, bat stacks are going to be a little tough tomorrow because Baltimore and Tampa Bay are in a potential rain delay, or will be in a potential rain delay due to some potential weather. But they have a starting pitcher out that's not even listed on Draftkings. If that game does play, this is a green light for every Tampa Bay player, especially Austin Meadows. If you go ahead and look, they're so underpriced. Austin Meadows is 4,400, Diaz 4,400. They're just so ungodly underpriced. If this game does get played, I'm going to act as if this game doesn't get played, so I'm going to move forward with my favorite stack of today, being the Cincinnati Reds going up against Chase Anderson. This game is going to be an incredible game. I want to lock in Eugenio Suarez, Derek Dietrich, and Nick Senzel. These players have just been incredible all year. Suarez, as of recent in this Cubs series, went deep. Just incredible performance, reach value. Dietrich has been on a cold spell and has dropped his price heavy amounts. But you see here he was at 4,300, rose to 4,500 due to matchup. Last time Chase Anderson faced the Reds, he got shelled for 6 runs in 2 innings. And then Senzel has just been absolutely incredible all year. Incredible stolen base upside, power behind the plate. I love him as well. If you can I would recommend fitting him in over Yasiel Puig. I prefer the hitters that hit in the top of the lineup. The lineup has recently gone Senzel, Votto, Suarez, and Dietrich. Votto is another great player as well. If you so choose to go there, I think fitting in 4 Cincinnati players is not going to be a bad plan for today. There's another stack that I really want to go into, and it's going to be the Detroit Tigers as a secondary stack. I really want to attack Reynaldo Lopez tomorrow. I think Nicholas Castellanos is an incredible play. He's always been a great contact hitter, hits well for average, and I think that him as well as Brandon Dixon are just another great play that I wouldn't want to miss out on. Dietrich is also second base eligible, so I will put Dixon there. Get Cincinnati, and you can get Dietrich in. I would recommend getting at least 2 Detroit players in. Like I said, Reynaldo Lopez, if we look at his numbers, he's primarily a fastball pitcher. That's exactly what we want to see when you go ahead and look for pitchers to exploit. I really want to look at there's a reason why he's all the way at the bottom as well at 5,600, scraping the barrel. I really want to look at just the numbers here. He's been giving up 3 or more runs in the past 3 games. Just getting shelled by every team possible. He has some negative performance here. He's giving up 5, 6, 8 runs. He just is such a heavy fastball pitcher. You're going to be traveling to a hitter-friendly ballpark in Chicago. So right now, it shows cloudy. So I want to take advantage of this for hitting. For pitching, I don't really want to take too much advantage. But this is assuming the game gets played. I want to have as much exposure as I can to the Detroit Tigers side of the game. Now, keep in mind, there is cores on the slate. Houston's throwing out a rookie, potential bullpen game. The over-under is at 13 already. All of the Colorado Rockies players are so overpriced. It is just ridiculous. I wouldn't expect you to try and get any of these hitters in. It's actually just ungodly impossible. Charlie Blackmon's almost $6K. All of these guys are just so expensive. I can see you fitting in somebody like Tapia or McMahon, somebody like that, just to kind of diversify your lineup. But I would really recommend playing as many Cincinnati players as you can tomorrow. If by some reason the Tampa Bay Rays game and Detroit game gets rained out, I would pivot to the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm a really big fan of Chris Taylor, Justin Turner, and Alex Verdugo tomorrow. I love all of them going up against Taylor Clark in the Diamondbacks. Verdugo for me is just a great play because, as always on this channel, we do pay down for catchers, so you're able to fit in some high-priced players. Jeff Mathis tomorrow at 2K gives you $3,800. Jeff Mathis is just, he's going to continue being minimum price, and I will never understand it. I will continue playing at him at minimum price. It's a free spot every time to be able to pay up for some other players. So like I said, for the sake of this video, will complete my stack of Cincinnati with Jesse Winker. Jesse Winker has been incredible as well as of late. And I think at his price at 4K just provides so much upside to be had. So I think that Cincinnati 4 stack makes a lot of sense. Just an incredible amount of sense. Detroit Tigers makes sense as well. If the game gets played, assuming it gets played, the chance of rain is pretty low tomorrow, so I think it will get played. It might just be a little delayed. But this is roughly what my lineup's going to look like come lock tomorrow. I think Patrick Corbin's the automatic lock of the slate for pitching. I think he'll be the chalkiest pitcher as well, given the matchup. I think Matt Strahm is going to get a little bit overlooked, but I think he's in an incredible spot at 6.9K. And it's almost an auto lock for me as well. And then for hitting, Cincinnati Reds are my stack of the day. Just absolute locks. I would recommend not straying away from Cincinnati as well. I expect them to be super chalky tomorrow going up against Chase Anderson at home. And then as my secondary stack, I would like to have the Rays if I could, but the game looks like it's going to be rained out already. And then my other stack would be the Detroit Tigers. I think this game will get played, and I love Castellanos and Brandon Dixon from this game. Now my players that I'm going to choose for my Dinger of the Day call, which we do on this channel, and have been right last night with Christian Yelich. My dinger of the day call tonight is going to be Derek Dietrich. I think he's just in an incredible spot. It's been on a little bit of a cold spell lately, but the lefty going up against a righty of Chase Anderson is just going to provide some incredible upside. And he did go yard in the Milwaukee series that they played. Had in just 3 out of 4 double-digit games. So I think this is indicative of what this series is going to look like. So definitely do not sleep on Derek Dietrich tomorrow. He will be the thumbnail of this video and the dinger of the day call. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the videos, anything I can do to improve these breakdowns for you guys. Head on over to Apple Podcasts, subscribe on Apple Podcasts as well, and then take a trip over to Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at @FantasyDigest_. Stay up to date with all of the tweets regarding any videos or anything regarding the podcast. Stay up to date on Twitter as well. We will be hosting a giveaway for some free merch that is launching later on in the next week or two. So stay tuned for that. Good luck to everybody tomorrow in their lineups. Hopefully we can have a very good bounce back day from a terrible pitching day yesterday. And as always, good luck. Let's make some money. And we will see you on another breakdown for Wednesday's slate on the Daily Fantasy Digest podcast.